title of Kith Kinship came from an idea I had born in my kitchen to have my husband Robert shoot and edit videos of me making some of our kids' favorite recipes so they could cook them for themselves. I also thought, well, life's unpredictable. So if anything happens to me, our kids could have these for always and maybe show their own kids one day. Because Robert and I became parents later in life, I thought about how we really might not get to spend too much time with any potential grandkids, and these videos would be a lovely way for them to get to know us if we're not around anymore. We made the videos and didn't give it too much more thought. So, let's set the scene for how this became a business. It's the end of January, and Robert and I are visiting Shelley, one of our oldest and dearest beloveds who lives in Austin, but was in Chicago for business. The three of us were staying at the Hotel Zachary, and we were sprawled out on a hotel bed in my and Robert's room. We are in our jammies, munching on a slew of Reese's peanut butter cups in various incarnations that Robert got on a run for everyone because he's just that sweet. Robert turns to Shelley and says to her, "Hey, let me show you something Tracy and I made." He's always so adorable when he does show and tell, like a giddy 5-year-old. I can't help but look at him fondly whenever I know he's about to do it. As Shelley's watching the video, I noticed her getting teary-eyed. Then she said wistfully, "I want you to make one of these for me and Rory, her son." Then she exclaims, "Holy shit, this is a business idea." I look at her thunderstruck. I get goosebumps all over my body and I practically bellow back at her, "Holy shit, this is a business idea." Cut to the three of us looking at each other in amazement. From that moment on, hand to heart, it's like the spirit of this idea possessed us body, mind, and soul, and we have been utterly enchanted with making Kith and Kinship a sensational reality. At this very moment, it's been less than 3.5 months from idea to execution, and we have been utterly slaying, beloveds. We stayed up almost all night that night brainstorming and got up early the next day to do some more. We left each other with a list of objectives, including nailing down a name, identifying beloveds who we knew would be willing and enthusiastic to help us, beginning to learn more about social media, there's a lot, and pre-production planning. We floated away from one another on cloud 9, sure that we were going to be seeing each other again very soon. About a month later, Shelley and I had a brainstorming session via Zoom. I had a list of options of names I'd been kicking around, but we weren't really keen on any of them. Then our gorgeous muse struck again, and I sat up and said, "Kith and Kinship!" And Shelley exclaimed, "Yes!" And we were both super geeked. I boogied on over to GoDaddy.com, and lo and behold, the name was available, so I snapped that baby on up right then and there. The very next day, I was doing research on Instagram. I came across an account called @4goodcode, and the gentleman there, shout out to you, good sir, had a post of a list of AI companies that could be helpful for startups. I thought, neato, looks fun, I'm gonna check it out. So I did, and I swear within 15 minutes of playing with their free feature of making our own logo, I had a jaw-dropping moment of recognition when I locked eyes with the only logo that could ever be ours. I felt like Gollum as my mind whispered, "My precious." 3 clicks later, and I was the proud owner of a logo and branding kit, which came with the ability to create branded marketing, merchandise, and our very own website that we could build and customize. So I gotta confess, I hold a little bit of fear right now that all of this is going to sound terribly unbelievable, but I swear it's true. Our muse has been shining down copious blessings upon us. Speaking of our muse, as I get ready to sign off, it occurs to me that we don't know her name. I've wondered about her presence, and honestly, she has a super feminine energy about her, so that's what we're gonna go with. Want to help us name her? We'll be like Bastion in the never-ending story. Drop your suggestions in the comments. Here we go! From my heart to yours.